Play hard and love big radio podcast. Inspiration on your station with the show broadcast. You don't want to miss it. You gotta listen. Good vibes and stories for you to go the distance. Bringing inspiration, stories that shine. Helping you connect heart and mind align. Live your best life, lift up and soar. Fueled by kumquat energy, we give you more. Play hard and love big.
What's up, everyone, and welcome to the Chaos Chronicles, brought to you by Play Hard and Love Big Radio. My name is Nick Clark, and I'm here today with my beautiful wife, Katie Clark, and we are going to explain to you a little bit about why it is that we are bringing this show on to Play Hard Love Big Radio. We're super stoked, but before I do that, I want to say thank you to our podcast sponsors, Kumquat Energy and Hydration Drinks. Kumquat is delicious, and it's a healthy way to fuel your body and refuel your body after a hard workout. So get on the kumquat train and come by Spotted Dog Yoga and Sup in Folsom and grab some kumquat energy or some kumquat hydration. And a big shout out to them, and thanks for the podcast sponsor. Welcome to the Chaos Chronicles. What's up, Katie lady?
Not much, Nick Daddy. That's what we used to call each other. Well, I mean, we sometimes still do.
And just on rare occasions.
Back in the day, before we had kids.
We were on an airplane flight. I don't know if you were there or not, but
I wasn't, which was why it was weird.
I had the suitcase.
My suitcase.
And we had these little dog tags that said Katie Baby and Nick Daddy, but I had Katie Baby's bag.
So mine was on there.
Right. And this lady said something. I couldn't even really hear her. She said, "Are you a little family?" And I was like, "What?" And she's like, "Little family." And I was like, no. And I looked at the she pointed at the tag, and I said, "It says Katie Baby." And she's like, "Huh?" I was like, my wife and I used to call each other Katie Baby and Nick Daddy, and I have her bag. And then she kind of chuckled, and her husband was like, had this bright red face.
He was so embarrassed.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. But anyway, so we have this awesome show now. Finally, we get to get on the podcast together. Original plans for the show name, there was a few different ideas. One of them was Couples Retreat. I like that name. That was a good name.
Right. Because it was like, this is a retreat for us to talk about things and not have our kids around.
Yeah.
Like, our kids are currently at my parents' house. This is the only time in recent memory I can recall sitting on the couch, because we don't sit down ever.
We don't sit on the couch, and our couch actually gets used for like as if it's a trampoline more than it does a couch.
It might not last very long.
But we're constantly like telling them to stop using it as a trampoline. But even when we tell them to stop using it as a trampoline, it almost fuels their fire and makes them want to use it more like a trampoline. Isn't that kind of the way that?
And we have a trampoline, like an actual trampoline in our yard, a huge one.
Maybe we need to get
Maybe we should put a net around the couch, and they'll think it's a no. Oh no, that would make them jump more. Just kidding.
No, we just get rid of the couch because we never sit in it.
Oh, that's true.
And then we'll just
there you go. We don't even need a couch
right in here. This could be the trampoline in the living room.
Yes, but Couples Retreat was one of the ideas for the show name, but then we felt like that encompassed us, but not the essence of the whole family life, which is something that definitely we'll talk about on this show, because we do have 3 wonderful children, and it is chaotic. I mean, really, like, I don't know whose life isn't chaotic in general, but when you add kids, and especially 3 boys to the mix, it's definitely, that's the word.
Chaos.
Yeah.
It is. I don't even know what happens in the day. It just goes by so quickly.
I was thinking about it when I was in the shower. I was like, okay, every day I feel like I wake up, I do like simultaneously, I do like 500 things, but feel like I only got 2 done, and then it's time to go to bed.
That's exactly how I feel.
Like, I do a lot of things, but nothing that I like is on my list that I really need to get done gets done. And then the list just keeps growing. At the end of the night, I'm like updating. I have like an iPhone list note, and I update my list. I get to delete like 1 item, and then I add 10, and it just keeps getting longer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
That's funny because I used to make my list on piece of paper more than the phone. I think I'm typically a little bit better.
Well, now you have your special little notebook. Let's see
have
how
my
long
notebook.
that lasts.
I don't know where it's at. The other day, Owen had it. He was drawing in it. It's like I can't. I have
It's
to
because
hide
you
the
left
notebook.
it laying on the counter.
I know. I gotta.
This
hide
is
the
why you
notebook
have
from
a
the
fanny
kids.
pack. I keep making. Okay, so
Oh shit! I
way
can wear my
back,
fanny pack around all
just-
day long, even if in the
No,
shower. If I don't
you
want
don't
to
have
lose
to
the soap,
wear
I'll
it
put the fanny pack
all the
on.
time. But if you have everything in there and then you have it somewhere where you know where the fanny pack is,
Right.
you can get out what you need.
That's true.
Well,
I
a
love the
long
fanny
time
pack. I love
ago,
the fanny pack.
when we were not first dating, but we were living together, and Nick would constantly be losing his keys, his wallet, his phone. So I got him a fanny pack, a bright green and blue striped. It was like a Quicksilver or something.
Billabong.
Oh, Billabong.
Yeah, it was a Billabong.
Anyway, got him this.
Mm-hmm.
You used it really good.
Oh yeah, I even got to the point where I put patches on
it. It got holes in it.
Yeah, I had to put patches on it.
You had to throw it away.
I put a piece patch on there. That was cool.
But my point in telling this story is that most recently I got him another fanny pack because he was having the same. You were having the same issue of losing things. So I got the fanny pack. So now anytime he loses anything, I'm like, "Where's your fanny pack?"
I know.
That's why I got you a fanny pack. Because if you just use it.
Yeah, but I mean, what am I supposed to do around the house? And then, I need like 2 fanny packs, one for the butt, and which is the proper fanny, the butt pack and the fanny pack, so I could carry all the things that I need. Like, what am I supposed to have? My notebook in there, my wallet in there, my keys in there, my phone in there.
It's a Carhartt one. We upgraded to the Carhartt one.
It is nice.
And
nice.
I feel like you should just have all of it in there and just keep the fanny pack somewhere where you know where it is.
No,
then you can get your stuff out.
That's a good idea. I think that really does happen to me though, where I think, okay, I want to make sure I don't lose this, like the notebook. And so I hide it from the kids, but in turn I end up hiding it from me. And so then I can't find it because I hid it from the kids. There's a lot of times that happens. Like the keys, sometimes the kids will just pick up the keys and they're like shaking the keys, or they're like, I'm going to start the car. So I go like put the keys somewhere. And then next thing you know, I don't know where I put the keys, but I was hiding the keys from the kids, but I hid them from me. You following?
Oh, I'm following.
It's chaos.
What the thing that I think though about this, because I think there's some sort of a lack of understanding in this story that you're telling, because the last time I saw your notebook, it was sitting on the kitchen counter.
Is it not there
with
right
your
now?
little pencil inside?
Is it not there right now?
Well, I don't know, but you just said Owen had it. I'm just saying. That is hiding it. Is that hiding it in plain sight? Hiding it from the kids on the kitchen counter? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, maybe that's...
I hid my keys from the kids by putting them on the kitchen counter, and then they were dangling them, trying to open the car.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't think that's true.
That's totally how it is for me around here, though. It's like I can't multitask in the first place. You know that, right? I just can't multitask. I really struggle at it, which I think is a good quality. But there's so many people asking me to do things and me trying to do things in like a certain moment that I just like kind of lose my mind and I can't focus. It's like I got Owen over here asking me something, Sawyer asking me something, Katie's asking me something, Stetson's just like looking at me or making a funny...
Well, he could be crying, which is a way of asking for something.
I was in the middle of doing the laundry, so I want to finish doing the laundry, but I can't finish doing the laundry because I got to shift and I got to go do this. And so I get like way up in my head and it's like hard to slow down and keep it like balanced. Like
yesterday when I came out and you had made a smoothie and I found the power greens, which normally are kept in the freezer, in the cupboard.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Did I do that?
Yes.
I remember that instance. Yeah, I remember that instance.
Yes.
No, it's kind of like that. It's not like that for you, though. You can handle it a lot easier, it seems like.
Well, I don't know that anybody's really... I mean, is anybody really good at multitasking? I mean, if you're multitasking, are you really doing any of the things as well as you could if you were just doing the one thing? So sometimes when I'm cooking dinner and doing other things, like maybe putting food on Stetson's, tray in his high chair or whatever while I'm cooking and doing other things, I'm not sure that the dinners turn out as good as if I was like just cooking the dinner. I mean, they turn out fine, good. They turn out great, but like, do you know what I mean? Like, I think that I could be really, really good if I wasn't accidentally cooking something too long, or I don't know.
But you still get it done, and you don't seem like you get frustrated. Or do you get frustrated? I get so overwhelmed and frustrated. I'm like, oh my God, I just need to go in the garage and shut the door and take 5 breaths. Sometimes I do that.
Yeah, and that's fine. That's
and then
good.
I come back in, and it's like,
and then I say,
disappearing daddy.
That's what I say.
Is that what you say?
I do, disappearing daddy.
I do. I disappear sometimes.
In the height of the peak of the chaos, Nick disappears.
And that's how I deal with it.
That's supposedly.
Woosah.
So leaving me in the fire by myself. And then he comes back in and I'm like, oh, there you are. Took 15 minutes to go get the mail, which is right there, or whatever you were doing. Yeah. No.
He who poops the longest.
Whatever. Here's the thing. I think, and this is where I think this show is valuable, this is reality. And I think talking about it is a good reminder for me and you of how can we manage it better or do things a little bit differently to improve in those areas. I know, typically, and when I get overwhelmed, I usually just like lose my shit.
Meaning that you scream.
I yell. I'm like, I lose it. I'm like, ah! I like, and then that's not cute or attractive. It's like, no one likes that.
I gotta say though, when that happens, like in those moments, in those peak intensity moments when you kind of when you lose your shit and get loud, everybody's face is kind of like,
yeah.
Like,
I mean,
everybody stops.
Everybody stops doing what they're doing, but is that the best way to handle it? No. But that happens to me sometimes. But in terms of, when you asked, how do I deal with it? Or you think I seem to deal with it better. I don't know that that's true. I think what it is I've just gotten to the point where I was talking about my to-do list earlier. I used to be the type of person where if at the end of the day I didn't get everything done that I was supposed to or wanted to get done, that was stressful, that was bad, I was hard on myself, that kind of thing. And now it's just the list is the list. The stuff will get done or not. Probably not. But or like 10 days late or whatever. But it will get done. And though I think, we're in a kind of unique situation. Not everyone works. We own a business together, live together, have our children, our family. Not everyone is around each other as much as we are, and we get to be around our kids a lot, which is a blessing. And we talked about recently, I told you, I saw this thing it said, which is true. Like the majority of the time you spend with your kids is up to when they turn the age of 10. Because when they start to get older, they have other things they're doing more and more outside of family. And so with all the chaos, with all the struggles, I'm just so grateful that we do get to have that quality time, that we do get to have that right now. I try to remind myself of that when it's hard. Yeah. Because it's true. It's like, I told you, I think the other day, I was like, oh, the kids, and our kids are also in a phase where they're very much in daddy mode. Not Stetson, our youngest, but our 7 and 5-year-old. And I am reading a book, and I can't remember what it's called right now, but it's about parenting boys, and they call this phase that they're in the lover phase, and that they're more daddy-oriented, play-oriented with dad. And so they're very demanding of you right now in this phase that they're in. But I said to him the other day when they were you were like maybe like a little annoyed or like overwhelmed with them. I'm like, oh, just wait, just a few more years and they won't really want to be around you at all. So, it's just, and not that they don't love you or anything, but the dynamic changes, the ages change, the things that they want to do change. So embracing the chaos, embracing what it is right now, and with the grateful heart of, wow, we get to spend all this time with our kids, and knowing that hopefully that will be meaningful in their life because they got that with us, and that we'll have like a more long-lasting, long-term relationship when they're older because we took the time to do that for them now. So
yeah, no, it's awesome.
Yeah.
So good. I get hard on myself at the end of the day. Typically, I talked about this with Dan too on the Mindful Dudes, but I get hard on myself at the end of the day because I don't feel like I was able to put away the tech or the work or like me being tired or me being frustrated. Like I wasn't able to put that on a shelf and just kind of be completely with them. And then like when they go to bed and they're like laying there, I'm like, oh man, they're so awesome, and I'm very grateful for them. And I feel like I stay pretty present with them, but yeah, sometimes I can't.
Well, it's like that for anyone. It's hard, but, and I'm not saying that like I don't have that mastered whatsoever.
Yeah.
But those are the things that are the reminders to think of, like the little blessings, the little things that are so great. Because when you start looking at all the little things that are blessings and that you're grateful for, then things just become more positive and it's less overwhelming. The to-do list will be there. The stuff will get done or it will not.
Yeah.
It's okay, I mean.
Well, I think it's awesome. I'm glad that we're taking the time to reconnect on this show.
Well, and this is kind of like a date.
It is kind of.
We're kind of on a date right now.
Yeah.
We don't have our kids here.
Yeah.
We had a beer before.
Yeah. Perfect.
We're actually sitting on the couch.
Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking about how can we make this go for like 3 or 4 hours. but in reality, I mean, this being the first episode, I think we just wanted to introduce ourselves and say hello and let you know a little bit about what it is that we've got going on and why it is that we're doing this show.
Yeah.
And what's the name of the show again?
The Chaos Chronicles.
The Chaos Chronicles. Yeah. For some reason, that is a little bit of a tongue twister for me, but that's good.
Are your sounds hard to do?
I'm going to have to work on my tongue strength and my lip strength for the Chaos Chronicles. I was thinking that we could do something that used the word gem, like, the
gem.
But I didn't want to get made fun of.
I'm just asking.
Like the gem state.
Are you saying gem?
Exactly. I can't distinguish. Gem. Gem like the rocks, the beautiful rock, the gems.
Gem.
Am I saying that right that time? I did it. Gem.
That was better.
I nailed it.
Yeah.
Gem.
That was Jim.
Jam.
That was Jam.
Okay, well, wait, we have to ask our viewers out there, though, because if you're going out on a camping trip and there's some essential things you need, one of them is a structure that you build and you put over your head and you sleep in at night. How do you pronounce that? What
is the question?
Is it tent or tent? How do you pronounce it? Tent or tent?
Neither of those is how you usually say it.
How do you say it, though?
Okay, can I just tell the story really quick?
Yeah,
so I don't know, at some point in our relationship, it was when we lived in California, we're driving on Highway 50 and Nick's like, wow, look at the tint on that car. And I'm like, looking for a car with a like heavy tint on the windows, right? I'm looking, not seeing.
You were looking for a tent on the windows or looking for a tent on the roof?
Oh no, that's not how it went. You're right.
For a tent on the roof.
You said, oh, look at that. That's what it was. I'm sorry, I did it backwards. You said, look at the tent on that car. And I was looking for a tent, like a camping tent that you would sleep in when you're camping. I was looking for a tent on a car. And what he was actually trying to say was tint. And so it's a joke with us ever since then. I don't know if it's the Colorado accent.
Tent.
tint.
I'm gonna go to the. No, wait, what am I talking about?
Well, I don't know,
tint
but
on the
anyway,
car or the tint on
The
the roof.
the I and the sounds were confused. It's been a long running joke, and then there's other things like the gem versus the when he said it initially, it sounded like Jim. So we have that as like a long standing joke because there's a lot of different words that you say that where I'm like,
Right.
the
so,
what?
So
You
the
wanted it to be the gem.
Gem State Chaos Crew. Well, it's good. I've really enjoyed the first episode of the Chaos Chronicles.
Yeah.
What do people have to look forward to moving on from this? Because I mean, this was a pretty excellent episode.
And the reality is that Nick has no idea, and I don't either. But he thinks that I'll answer the question better than he would. So, to sum up, this show is definitely, it's relationship. It's not just relationship in this sense with a couple, but also with anybody, your children, other family members, how to navigate the chaos that is everyday life, how to find practices or things that you can implement, shifts that you can make that will help you do that, so that you can enjoy life to the fullest, enjoy the people that you love to the fullest. Because really, at the end of the day, and I will quote Julie Vance, one of my favorite Awaken participants ever, who said something that stuck with me one time. I'll never forget it. She said when she was sharing, there's nobody at my funeral that's going to be talking how clean my house was. What a great house she kept. Her house was always so clean. Nobody's going to be talking like that at your funeral. The things that people remember about you are the way that you make them feel, and that goes for your kids, and that goes for anybody that you love. They don't care about the material things. They don't care about if you got everything on your to-do list done. They care about the way that you make them feel. And that's it.
Thank goodness that people don't care about what your house looks
No
like.
shit. Be nobody at my funeral.
Yeah.
If like this, what you see, true. Like if you're watching this podcast, the video, what you see, it's nice.
Yeah.
Behind the cameras, there's shit everywhere. I'm not exaggerating.
Yep. It's pretty wild and crazy out there.
So
stay safe. Stay safe.
Try not to trip on a Hot Wheels car.
Or a Lego. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. The Chaos Chronicles.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Stay safe out there, everybody. Thanks for joining in for the first episode of the Chaos Chronicles, brought to you by Play Hard and Love Big Radio. Nick Clark and my beautiful wife, Katie Clark. Thanks for spending time with me the last little bit. It's been fun.
Yeah.
Yep. And another big shout out to Kumquat Energy for providing us with their hydration drinks and their energy drinks. We have them at Spotted Dog Yoga and Sup, and they are our premier podcast sponsor. As with anything, it helps us a ton if you share the show with your friends and your family so that we can get the good word out of Play Hard and Love Big Radio. Have an amazing rest of your day, and we'll talk to you soon.
Peace.
See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.
Play hard and Love Big Radio podcast. Inspiration on your station with the show broadcast. You don't want to miss it. You gotta listen. Good vibes and stories for you to go the distance. Bringing inspiration, stories that shine. Helping you connect heart and mind aligned. Live your best life, lift up and soar. Fueled by kumquat energy, we give you more. Play hard and love big.